Hi, Jay Cavness, here to say a few words about an EPA regulation that deals with asbestos called the National Emissions Standard for Hazardous Air Pollutants, or the NESHAP Regulation. EPA's NESHAP regulation regulates a number of hazardous air pollutants, of which asbestos is one. There's three things that we need to look at to understand this NESHAP regulation. Now be aware, I'm talking about the federal regulation. Your state or county might have additional rules, but what I'm discussing right now is the federal regulation. The first item that we look at in the NESHAP regulation is, do you have a facility that's regulated under the NESHAP? Well, the only type of building that is not regulated by this regulation would be a single-family residential building with no more than 4 dwelling units. Everything else is regulated. And when I say everything, I mean dams, bridges, roads, naval vessels that are docked in port, everything except that single-family residential building with no more than 4 units. Now, if your facility is not regulated by NESHAP, this is as far as we need to go. NESHAP goes away. But if you do have a regulated facility, before renovation or demolition can take place in that building, the owner or the operator, who is what EPA calls the contractor, would be required to conduct a thorough inspection of the facility or the affected part of the facility. Remember, we haven't completely banned asbestos in the United States until very recently. And that means that regardless of the date of construction, if it's a regulated facility, a thorough inspection is required by federal law. That means a currently certified AHERA building inspector is going to sample all the materials in the scope of the renovation or demolition to see if they contain asbestos. The third item we look at is, what were the results of the inspection? If the inspection showed that you have friable asbestos-containing materials, like fireproofing or popcorn or mechanical insulation, or if there's materials that are going to be disturbed that will become friable, like wall systems in a building, then that waste has to go to a special landfill that accepts friable asbestos waste. And if at least 160 square feet of friable material is going to be generated, that requires the owner or the operator to notify EPA 10 days before the work begins and to fill out a chain of custody called a waste shipment record to prove to EPA that that waste went to the correct landfill. Now, if you have questions about the NESHAP program in the area where you're working, please contact your local, whether county or state, air quality or environmental quality department. They vary greatly by state, but each state and each county enforces this NESHAP regulation today. So I hope this helped. If you have questions about the federal NESHAP or any other asbestos regulations, please contact us at the Asbestos Institute. Thank you.